Hey girls, guys, and all people like it is Mox here, and hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about more FNAF news. I posted a video today, but we got such an insane amount of news today, I had to come back, make a second video. I just very gently tried to record this in my living room because I'm not in my room. That is because it is being used right now. That sounds weird. My girlfriend's taking a nap right now. But anyway, we're back here in the recording area. We have massive news that I'm gonna build up to in just a second. I'll give you a little sneak peek right there. Bam, okay, that's all you get for the sneak peek. All right, so we're gonna lead up to that, and it's a crazy ride, just so stay tuned. As per IMDb Pro, Adam Han-Bird and Stacy DePass, hopefully I said their names right, have joined the cast of the FNAF movie as Freddy Fazbear and Chica the Chicken. That is insane and very, very cool to see. So I'm assuming they're gonna be doing both the voices of them as well as motion capture for CGI, stuff like that, as they say here in the second tweet. And that makes sense. I would have expected some CGI work. I suspect that would be very complicated to try and do all of that with practical effects. Not impossible, but a bit of CG here and there, I am all for. That's totally fine. Also, even crazier, John Stanford Moore, Jane Wheeler, and Ted Atherton, again, so hopefully that's right, have been cast as Bonnie, the Puppet, and Golden Freddy. What is happening? That's insane to me. So, like, Bonnie, that makes sense. The Puppet, that's extremely curious because, like I said in the last video, you would expect the first FNAF movie to follow the first FNAF game, but I also said that just because the games are in order, they're not necessarily chronologically in order. Some of them are prequels, etc. So this is super unexpected, but it's a happy surprise. I'm very happy to see it. I think personally, I'd like to see like traces of the Puppet, but not a full reveal until maybe the second movie, just for the sake of staying consistent with the games. I know it doesn't need to be, but I don't know. I like it more that way. And to like have a bit of a build-up, I don't want them to just show everything in this first movie and then have to kind of make up for it in the sequels. Golden Freddy is also very interesting because that means that Golden Freddy is going to be getting a voice, which we don't super see in like at least the first few games. I think maybe we start to get some whispers towards the end. Correct me if I'm wrong. But mostly we got laughing. So either they have a very good laugh or they're getting a bit of like speaking roles. Maybe they're just going to be doing some whispers. Again, very, very curious as to see what's happening. But then the like mega news from Jason Bloom. As promised, FNAF fans, you asked and we delivered. FNAF movie is coming out this Halloween on October 27th, 2023, 205 days into the party, and that is the big news. That is indeed massive news. That's nuts. Luckily, I re-recorded this because in my janky recording, I think I said October 7th. So that's insane. That is extremely soon, and that's probably the most surprising thing in all of this. I expected or am not as surprised with all the rest of the news. This is the most surprising because when I hear movies getting finished with their filming, I expect at least another year or two, depending on the budget and the size of the movie, for it to be like released, because there's so much work that goes into like the after effects and like CG and voiceover, all that movie magic stuff. Like you especially hear this, I guess the most relatable and most commonly talked about one would be like comic book movies, like Marvel movies. Those ones finish filming, I think, way in advance to when they actually get released. It's kind of insane. So that's kind of what I expected for this, but I don't know the budget of this movie. I expect it's not the same as a Marvel movie. Not to say it's going to be worse than that, but just to say that maybe they have less work to do, and obviously less CGI, I assume, if they're using practical effects. So this is just insane. They like just finished filming a couple days ago. As someone who edits videos, I could not edit anything this quickly. That is insane to me. Super cool though, very hype. We are definitely going to need to do some kind of like watch party type thing. I don't know how those really work, but I'd like to do something like that. I think it actually makes me kind of sad that I won't be able to experience this with the community, because it's like it's a huge thing, and I've been playing FNAF for a long time, and it's just a really big event. So if I can pull off some kind of watch party type thing, or I know I'm going to be doing the Easter egg hunt that I talked about in the last video, hopefully we can pull off something like that. I don't know how, and legally, of course, my dudes. Jesus. I'm not bringing a camera into the movie theater. That's nuts. The next news we have leading up to the big picture that we're going to go in depth with in just a second is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie got both a Twitter account and an Instagram post or page. I can't remember. Editing Mox, please do your thing here. But that's super cool. It does say Universal on this, so I guess they just haven't come up with a proper logo and a banner for the movie yet. And I saw some people questioning why it's Universal instead of Blumhouse, and I'm pretty sure the FNAF Movie Updates Twitter page did respond to them saying that Universal actually owns Blumhouse, and they're in a 6-year contract, I think, question mark. Either way, this is pretty official. I would assume it is, considering the yellow check mark. God, I don't even want to get into checkmark shenanigans with Twitter. Anyway, the big one. We got an official teaser picture. It looks crazy. It looks insane. Like, I'm gonna jump to the Instagram page just to give you guys the full quality of this image from the official Blumhouse Instagram page. It's crazy. It looks so cool. Can I zoom in on this? Our editing Mox, please don't screw this up with all the cropping. but it looks so good. This definitely looks like Freddy's after closing. There's no doubt about that with all the like vines and the overgrowth and everything and the burnt out like R in the title. It looks so good and so authentic. It looks amazing. And I'm really curious like when this takes place because we have a security guard here. So I'm guessing they're going to be just someone that watches over the place after it closes. I think a lot of people, myself included, have been confused about stuff like that. They do still have security guards for places that are closed, just to watch over what's inside, like with malls and stuff. Like it's closed, but they still have security there to make sure no vandals get in or nothing gets stolen from the property, etc. I don't know if that needed to be said, but then obviously the massive big reveal here is we have Freddy here and a child, surprisingly, and also a little video camera here, which maybe that's just a little nod to the nature of FNAF and everything. First off, very surprising, Freddy is outside. I would not have expected to see any of the animatronics outside, but I feel like this is more of just a teaser image. I don't know if this is going to be an actual scene from the movie, and if it is, maybe it's some kind of hallucination, some kind of flashback, or just some kind of like visual representation of something. Also, Freddy is missing an ear, so he is like kind of withered Freddy at this point, which makes sense, but again, a little bit surprised about. But that also leads me to think maybe this is some kind of flashback, flash forward. I have no idea, but if you guys have any theories, please let me know down in the comments below, because I'm interested to see what people have to say about this stuff. And also equally confusing, the kid. Let's try and, oh wait, I guess editing box can zoom in, thank you. Who is this child? My first guess was that it's going to be maybe Mike or maybe the crying child, something like that. And this is like a bit of a flashback because we do know that Mike Schmidt, aka Michael Afton, grew up in the pizzerias, and that makes sense, of course, his dad being William Afton, co-owner of the pizzerias. So it makes sense that he would have grown up around the animatronics, and we've seen them interact with the animatronics, of course, in the games. So this very well could be him, but I also have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be one of like the ghost children, or maybe if you want to get like really crazy, it's Charlie or something. Maybe they hid the casting for Charlie or something like that. It's one of the children leading the animatronics somewhere, like it, or like they're just, I don't know, they're together. It's interesting. That was very confusing. I just want to reiterate. First guess, Michael Afton. Second guess, one of the ghost children. Third guess, very unlikely, it's Charlie or whoever is filling in for the role of Charlie being there with Freddy. So either it's a flashback, a present day picture thing, type of like mental image hallucination, or it's Charlie giving the animatronics life. Maybe, very unlikely. I have no idea, but it's just so cool to see. And this image is most definitely being the thumbnail of this video. And if I'm not mistaken, that is just about it. This video is most likely a little bit shorter than usual, but like it's massive news, but not as much news, if that makes sense. Anyway, what do you guys think? Are you super hyped for this? Do you have any comments about the pictures, the leaks, all the stuff we got to see today? Let me know down in the comments below. And a little bit above the comments below is a link to my clothing company, the Nostalgia Corporation. It's my clothing brand based all around the idea of nostalgia. We have more shirts and hoodies coming very soon. I'm super hyped. If you're into the idea of nostalgia, again, first link in the description. But that's going to be just about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next one, and goodbye.